What is up? Welcome in to a Tuesday edition. It is Tuesday, right? I think so.
I have no idea.
Yeah, whatever day it is edition of the CHGO Bears Podcast, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download the app. Use promo code CHGO when you sign up. What's going on? Bears fans, Adam Hoge, Mark Carman, Nicholas Moreano. Carm's wearing the same exact hoodie you wore Sunday.
I love how you remember how I dress. What you should be focusing on is that I have a new pair of pants, nice sock, great shoe combo.
Look at that.
The flood has ended.
You watch the tape, you make your corrections, and you improve. This is what the Carm does.
Yes.
I mean, you should be noticing that I'm also wearing this beautiful hoodie. It's a great hoodie.
It's a great hoodie.
It's a great hoodie. We are here to, do a great show and also to promote the brand. So I'm a clean guy. I'm wearing shirts underneath. There's two of them today because of the weather.
I got the snow boots on.
I might wear this hoodie tomorrow, buddy.
I'm actually kind of disappointed that, you know what? I'm actually going to call this out. For the first time ever, I think I outdid Nick on the shoes.
That's debatable.
I don't know.
These
are
both basketball-inspired Adidas snow boots.
Oh, he's got you.
I looked at
Look
these
shoes.
Okay, that's how I know that's
are
that's
amazing.
A good shoe. Yeah.
And they actually are practical and work. Like, they're amazing.
Have you hooped in those?
No. The sole is still a snow boot. You don't play basketball in them, but everything above that is basically basketball shoe.
I like
I think you could hoop in those.
I probably could hoop in them.
I think you could hoop in those.
I think I could.
It came off so easily, too.
So
it's a good shoe. Yours is a good shoe, too.
I'm just going to celebrate this because it's the only time it has happened and ever will happen. So
that's probably true.
That's accurate. But if you missed yesterday's show, Carm was getting called out in the comments for wearing socks that were too short, or actually Wooten called you out for wearing pants that were too short.
I wore ankle socks and I had a riding up pants situation, unfortunately.
It happens, especially in these chairs.
I couldn't adjust. I could never get comfortable, and I just feel a whole lot better today.
Couldn't make the in-game adjustments.
I tried to.
That's tough.
I was all over that seat.
You got out-coached.
I did.
By your pants.
Which it leads into, by the way, at least one of our Matt Eberflus moments that I'm looking forward to discussing at some point today. His answer about...
Was it the 10-minute opening statement?
Oh, my God.
6 minutes and 30 seconds to be exact.
I love that.
Courtesy of Nicholas Moreano, because I'm sitting there, I was watching his presser this morning, and Nick's sitting right there, I'm like, this guy's going on forever. And he's like 6 minutes and 30, and I was 5 minutes deep at that point. But it wasn't my favorite day of Flus.
Not your favorite Flus?
It was not my favorite Flus. Because he was asked about Jalen Johnson and him playing or not playing and then playing. And he's like, we leave it up to the player. And, dude, Flus, my guy, you're the head coach. Yeah. You can't just completely take yourself out of this. That's not right. I was surprised to hear him say it that way. I mean, he was very much buried in that it's his call. He's a professional. These are professionals. And I'm sure that players appreciate that. But
look, let me.
Yeah.
Here's this is one small. I can't necessarily tell you what it's like at the NFL level, but obviously, there are times where, medically, your trainers and doctors on the sideline, whoever's involved in it, will be like, look, I don't have a medical reason to say he can't play. He's telling me he's fine. He's checking out with all the tests I'm doing on him, whatever the injury is. So there are times where it's like a player could be hurt enough to the point where they're not playing up to their potential, and they're saying they want to play and keep playing. And the trainers and doctors who, they're looking at it more objectively, like, can I diagnose an injury to keep him out? No, I can't. So he's still cleared to play. But that's where, to me, the coaches have to come in. And I would actually say specifically your position coach. And just analyze what you're seeing on the field, right? Okay, he's medically clear. The trainers are saying he's good to go. He's saying he's good to go. I know this player better than anyone else, that besides himself, because I'm his position coach. And I'm looking at this and saying, you know what, man, you're not yourself.
Right.
To the point, and that's why I think the coaching staff has to take some responsibility for it. I agree with you. There's a long way of me saying I totally agree with you, because it can't come down to a one-on-one matchup against Tom effing Kennedy, and where you can't run with him.
Yeah, I mean, you were out there, Nick. In the moment, what did it feel like?
I mean, he said there were no excuses, right? At Matt Eberflus on what the decision for Jalen Johnson to play. But
when he said that, too, it was a very short answer. No excuses. He was out there.
Yeah, they say they can go. That means they can go, and we have to trust them, and we really leave it up to them how he kind of ended that. But also, like you mentioned this, Adam, about like the positional coaches, they have to ask themselves, is an injured Jalen Johnson better than our backup, our 100% healthy backup? And if that's what it came down to and that's what they decided, clearly Jalen Johnson, I mean, Tom Kennedy's not a guy that should be burning you and separating from you on an over route. So that also needs to come into the discussion when you're thinking about playing a guy over maybe a healthy backup.
I just look at the Flus as someone who is not going to worry about his players' feelings. He's going to put the team first and have accountability as kind of the bedrock of the hits principle. At least somewhere it fits in hits principle, even though there is no A in hits. Last time I checked, but it was off to me. And Jalen's interesting, not speaking to the media on Sunday and or Monday.
Hitsa.
And then he's
Hitsa philosophy.
Yeah, there we go. Well, maybe we should add on. It's the Hitsa. Hey, where are we at on this here? But I will tell you this: your guy, as far as liking press conferences yesterday, Jack Sanborn put a smile on my face for the full 6 minutes he was in front of the Chicago media. Wow. Jack Sanborn. That was enjoyable. Hey, is it, are you successful because you're playing in the system? Hey, back that off. My name's Jack Sanborn. I can be successful in any system. What are you talking about? It's in the system. Yeah, well, I mean, the system's good, but like, let's not do that.
By the way, I agree with him on that. I think he got one of his strengths coming out this year of Wisconsin is that he could play any linebacker position in any scheme. Probably not, if you're asking to be Khalil Mack in an edge rushing situation at 3-4, okay. I'm talking about the interior linebacker positions, depending on what the scheme is. He could do it.
Well, Flus called him basically a football genius. I mean, what did he say exactly? Hang on, I wrote it down.
He said he was born with instincts, too.
Born with instincts.
That's what he is. Sometimes they're just football players. Okay, I want you all to remember this moment right now. So when we get to the draft night coming up, everybody's going to be excited. Don't worry, we got like 7 months of coverage coming up. It's 163 days away now. Is that right?
I believe 164 minus 1 is correct, 163.
Thank you. I'm not good at math, so thank you.
Born with good instincts. Guy who knows where the ball is. His eyes move fast. He likes to hit. He gets slippery and he slides. He's smart.
He goes on the slip and slide,
and he understands the defense.
Yeah,
that was just a snippet.
Football player.
I mean,
sometimes guys are just football players. That's what. So on draft night, whoever the football player guy is that I'm trying to tell you about, he's slow. He ran a 40. He just plays football. Just remember that.
RJ, that's a loaf. There's no D in Sanborn. We need to get this done. There's no S in Kerrywood. There's no D in Sanborn. Sanborn's not quite at Kerrywood yet, but he's trending that way.
That happened on After Dark, too. We got some Sanborn comments. And
Carm did it on Twitter the other day.
Yes, and I have learned, and now I'm trying to spread the word.
You're all about getting better. I like this.
Yes.
You are, again, watching the tape, making corrections, moving on, and by the way, can we put some more respect on his name? His name is Jack Hammer Sackborn.
That's better.
Right?
That is better. Slight left turn here, if you don't mind, because it's a Tuesday and we're not going to win the Super Bowl this year.
These are my favorite days, by the way. Carm sits over there in this corner, right over here. He doesn't talk to anybody for like 2 hours before the show. He's zeroed in. He's got headphones in. But my favorite thing is it's like a complete wild card. You don't know because he's putting all the work in. It's real work. You just don't know what's going to come out once the show starts. It's my favorite. It's like a surprise Carm day.
It's like letting a stray cat out of a bag. into the
This
house.
this is a text I just got. Hi, Eric. I am Nicole. I think the house in Irvine you showed me last week is very suitable, and I've already considered it. Are you free tomorrow? I'm
I would
open to
say
any
yes.
response that I could send right now.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. What's your response in the comments? How should
Yeah,
Mark respond to this text?
Whatever the best response is in the comments, that's what
That's
he's
what's
going to
gonna be.
respond. So it's from Nicole to Eric.
Hi, Eric. I am Nicole. I think the house in Irvine, California, I'm not sure, you showed me last week is very suitable, and I've already considered it. Are you free tomorrow? Sorry, Nicole.
Are we
I
sure
just sold the house. Hey, actually, I'm
Are we sure this is about real estate? I mean,
I have no idea what this is about.
very
Depending on the
weird.
response, it could go in a completely different direction.
very
Yeah.
weird situation there. So we do have it spelled out for you if you're watching on YouTube. It is SANBORN equals football player. I think that's my favorite lower third we've had at CHGO. Woohoo! Good job, Lawrence. All right, let's get this train back on the tracks here, although I am very intrigued to see what we should text Nicole at this point.
This is Vladimir Putin. How did you get this number? That's a good one, Drew.
Say no, this is Patrick. That's from SpongeBob. Love it.
This is Flus. Jalen Johnson played on his own. Later.
I like Brandon. You would be messing with someone's life, so just be
Oh,
nice.
relax. No one's life is being messed with. She's just not going to get the house in Irvine. Or maybe she is.
I don't know.
The house.
What if she really could get it and you text back the house is already sold and then she misses out on her dream house forever?
Then I would be messing with her life,
Yeah.
and that would
Yes.
be wrong. We won't
Don't
do
do
that.
It's awesome. All right. What are we even talking about today?
We had a lot to do. I know we've got huge plans today. And for those who ask about my tennis match, it's tomorrow night. Tomorrow night.
I thought it was yesterday too. I
It's
came in wondering if you beat
No,
Kirschenbaum.
Schneiderbaum. Kirschenbaum.
See Doug here. Tell
Schnugelman.
Greenridge Farm we'll give her free meat sticks with their next order.
Greenridge Farm would hook you up with some meat sticks, which are
And
delicious.
if it's Irvine, California, make sure you get the Shady Rays. You know,
There we go.
$54.
It's all the ads.
We get and then put a bet on it that you're going to get the house on DraftKings, and we're good.
Yeah,
Come on.
it's all fine. All right.
Perfect.
I do have questions because while you were doing your prep, or maybe this was Nick, I'm not even sure, but we have. You want to recap all these press conferences? I see what you're doing here.
I just put bullet points for people who maybe missed what was going on there.
I had a couple. I mean, as far as the press conference go ahead. Am I?
No, go right ahead, Mark.
Well, I thought
He's
it was
loose.
interesting.
By the way, speaking of cats, my cat literally attacked my head last night
Wow.
when I went to bed.
Wow.
That's because
What
it's
did
a
I
cat.
do wrong?
It's
Sounds
a
like
cat.
You're not giving the cat enough attention.
I mean, it literally, it came at me and I pushed it away because I was like, go away, I'm going to bed. And then it just like attacked my head.
Welcome to owning a cat. You've just figured this out?
My other one is for 12 years is still cuddly and never attacks me.
Still a cat.
Okay, yeah. Dog guy.
That sounds to me like you're doing too much hanging out with Carm and Nick and everybody else around here.
I mean, I did lock the cat out of my office as I was trying to watch an
and
hour-long
throw-
breakdown of Justin Fields.
Throw Adam Johnson. They're throwing your breakdowns down there, and you've got two kids and a wife and you're the dog. The cat's just not getting love. You got to reassess how much you
Neglected.
love this cat. I would talk to the cat today. Apologize.
Apologize to the cat.
What's the cat's name?
This would be Teddy.
Teddy.
Cat.
Yo, Hoge here. I know I've been busy, but that's no excuse. I'm not going to put this on you that you want more attention because you deserve the attention. Something like that, which is what the Flus did not do yesterday.
My issue with the Flus actually had to do with if you know your player, even if the player said he was fine and you're expecting him to play better than he did, which is how I read that.
You're
It's like,
watching the game. The guy sucks.
Like,
He's having a bad day.
I don't know. I guess I would kind of have a problem if I was Jalen Johnson because, yo, man, I went out there and gave you everything I had, and I'm sorry I played bad, but, back me up a little bit, right? Oh, you know what? Obviously, Jalen wasn't 100% as a coach. Just really appreciate how hard he put into it. And,
Take
some heat off the player, too, doing it
I'm
that way.
100% with you on that. It was... I was wondering, where exactly is this relationship at?
I missed Jalen Johnson's segment on the score yesterday after he didn't talk to the media. But I don't know if he addressed that at all. I mean, I know he did. I did see on Twitter that he said he was definitely hurting.
He addressed it, and it's a weird day.
That's my headline of yesterday. It was just a weird day.
I mean,
weird day on Bears Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Weird day.
What was the weirdness on Bears Twitter that I
just
am oblivious to? Apparently,
well, this is actually every day on Bears Twitter. Anything about Justin Fields and like in a negative. If you're pointing out something that he did that was, an observation.
But to me, it went beyond Fields.
Oh, that's true too. I mean, it was
like
people were on stuff today yesterday.
You know the tweet we showed on the show yesterday, which maybe I didn't tweet it the best way. I don't know, but like where I brought up the fact that they've now traded for traded for 2 and used another pick on another wide receiver, and they combined for 19 snaps. Like, if that doesn't, it's a foul on me.
Hello.
Oh yes.
Should I answer it? It's Xfinity calling.
I mean, you might want to. I think.
Sir, your cat has chewed through all the wires, and we're gonna have to come out.
It would have been really weird if that was Nicole calling.
I'm texting back right now since you did that. Do you know who Jack Sanborn is? That's what I'm going with.
Wouldn't it be great if the response is, Lake Zerg's finest. So, of course, I know who the jackhammer is.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if we get a response on that one.
Someone said
no, that's not messing with someone's life.
Someone said you need to send her the link of the show. Oh, yeah, it was Brian Schuster.
Send her a link to
and
the show.
I think that's the winner right there.
Her link to the show. Maybe she'll jump in the comments.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point I was just getting at is like there are other parts of this, and this is where I wanted to go with the show. Actually, there are other parts of this thing that go beyond the quarterback, and it's like I get that everyone's happy about the quarterback. They should be happy about the quarterback, but I have questions about other things that's going on here. Are the Bears developing or not developing?
Thank you.
Because to me, I need to see those wide receivers on the field, even if they're struggling. Like, eventually, I'd actually like to see Velus Jones-Jr. get another opportunity to catch a punt. I feel somewhat, and maybe he's struggling still in practice. We don't get to see that. Mm-hmm. Maybe he still can't catch the punts in practice. Fine. But I don't know that didn't seem odd to you at all, and I just feel like there's this weird, and I don't even want to say it's the majority of Bears fans by any means. It's probably not. But definitely on Twitter yesterday, there was this, like, you're being too harsh, like, it'll all come together. And it's like, come on, man, of all the fan bases in the history of the NFL, I think there should be a little bit more skepticism here on if this is really all going to come together.
Well, and can we work on? We cannot. They can never try to control the internet, or so we cannot. But I would like to think at some point there would be some level of sensitivity fan training, and that we could be able to say what's up. Just because you point something out that is what it is now doesn't mean it's always going to be that way. And it's not. No one's saying that the quarterback isn't great or that, but it's also like, would you like to see him be more successful throwing the football in the fourth quarter? Yes, you would. I mean, his numbers are atrocious in the fourth quarter. They're not good.
That's actually a question I wanted to ask people. I forgot yesterday. Would you have rather seen Justin Fields throw a 50-yard touchdown to win the game to Chase Claypool, or lose and get that a better draft pick?
Oh.
I mean,
because this gets back to my point last week, which was you take the touchdown every time.
Yeah. That should be a no-brainer.
Like, come on.
Of course, you'd rather have seen that. You would and especially if it would have been Claypool's 20th play on the field and not only 19, yeah. Which was also interesting, by the way, that Flus talked to Getsy about that. Yeah, I know. I ran down Luke and we spoke about that.
About how the receiver they traded a second-round pick for didn't play?
Hey, dude, I work for this guy. His name's Ryan Poles. He gave up a second-round draft pick for this dude. We're not good. I need to see him play. Can you explain to me, offensive coordinator, why he was only out there for 19 plays? That's going to change.
There was one play where Equinemius St. Brown runs like I don't even know, like a deep fade, basically. And he's got literally no separation. Like and it was against leverage where he should have been able to get out. Like seriously, come on. Like you should get a yard of separation every single time if you're an NFL wide receiver. And Fields looked over there and just couldn't throw it. And it's like, you're telling me you can't get Chase Claypool in there to like, I don't even, honestly, on that play, I don't know if Claypool was on the field or not.
People have been saying on that one that he needs to just start making those throws. Like, even when there isn't a window there, just fire it. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but I've heard people say, like, they're not going to be open. It's not going to look like that. Just throw it anyway.
Actually, JT O'Sullivan, who's going to be on Hoge and Johns today, by the way, said that in his breakdown of the video. He's like, this guy's got, and he was being critical. He's like, there's no separation here. But honestly, you'd like to see your quarterback still just throw it over there. And worst case scenario is you throw it out of bounds, and it didn't happen. But, like, it's the reality of what they're dealing with right now. There's not a lot of separation. It just is what it is. And when they're getting in these fourth quarter spots where, okay, there's 2 minutes on the clock, you're losing.
You got to have it. These are these got to have.
That's
too.
hard. You got to drop back. And I think Braggs was critical of them doing the sprint out. But, like, what?
And the two receivers on that play bump into each other. Yeah. It throws off the timing. It's like, now you're really.
And I actually agree with Braggs' point there. Like, you're cutting the field in half. You're eliminating the options. But think about it from Luke Getsy's standpoint. It's like, that's the limitation of this offense right now, which is great because they still score 30 points a game all of a sudden. Like, this is an overall theme of what I want to talk about today, too. With the quarterback, with the offense. What a wonderful place the Bears are in where, like, they're scoring 30 points a game, the quarterback's getting better, and yet you're operating from this, like, but there's still plenty of things that could be better. Yeah. And I guess where probably we're all coming from, just so some fans who maybe take exception to this understand, is like, it's not so much being critical as it's just like acknowledging where things can still be better. Like, that's not a bad thing. That's what they're doing inside Hallis Hall. You can acknowledge Justin Fields played really, really, really well. Oh, by the way, he could still throw with more anticipation. He could still throw this up here instead of getting a sack. Even on the last play, I know people are asking in the middle of the game, was anybody coming open on that fourth down play? Looking at the All-22, to me, no. That being said, last play of the game, it's last. Should he probably still throw the ball up and hope for a miracle? Yeah, probably. If you take a sack, it's over. So, yeah, you should probably still throw the ball up.
On the one play to Pringle that he caught, where it's the same exact touchdown that Mooney caught against the Dolphins. Like, that's a throw Fields probably should make there.
Yeah.
And yet he's able to scramble, move out of harm's way, and make the pass to Pringle. It's like, yes, it's good, but you can still be critical about it. Like, that's a play that he hit last week. He didn't, for some reason, throw it in this game against, obviously, the Lions. But there are things that you can point out, and it's fine to be, critical about things and still, obviously, see the quarterback in this positive light because he's doing some good things on the football field.
Well, and this has been written by, like, everybody in town, just underlined it, but maybe we haven't underlined enough on this show. Justin Fields has rushed for 555 yards in the last 5 games. That's the most of any quarterback in NFL history in a 5-game stretch. In NFL history.
It's also like third or fourth in Bears history with like Walter Payton and Gale Sayers.
I mean,
it's in the top 5.
In the last 5 games, he's rushed for more yards than any quarterback who's ever played football. I mean, I understand that we want him throwing the football more, but that is, I don't know, it just feels to me like it's just not being sort of underlined, the historicness of what this dude is doing right now. And it doesn't feel like, none of it feels fluky.
Can we go back to a comment? I'm sorry, I got to address this. The EJ right there, the way you guys communicate on Twitter is different than how you do it now. Of course it is. It's Twitter. This is the podcast. There's a character limit. I'd love to be able to, like,
do a character limit on this podcast.
This is why I tweet out this podcast every day. Like, there's just limitations, man. I get it.
EJ, go further. Let us know what you don't like about the communication on Twitter and or here. How can we be better? I want to serve you.
We need more gifts. That's what I would like.
I'm a big gift guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And a big gift guy.
Yeah.
GIF and gifts.
I got the holidays coming up.
Yeah, true.
No one's getting anything from me. Just
What a jerk.
Okay, screwed.
Wow.
Just letting you know up front.
I'm that's how I grew up.
I appreciate the honesty.
Carman family did nothing. You still have some Woodford over there. Did you finish it? Did you knock that down?
Oh, that one.
Hoge is good on so some people get gifts and then they just don't use them. You took that thing down. I'm impressed.
I mean, if someone's buying me a bottle of bourbon, that gift is getting used.
I did good.
It is being used most likely as I'm sitting there watching some Justin Fields film.
Oh, that's a nice night. That's what's sitting there, and that's where the cat is. It all comes back to
Yeah, I guess so. The cat is a little. See, the orange one will just come curl up with me while I watch film. The other one is like.
Oh, that's on him then.
The other one is like just needy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Come
yeah.
on.
Okay.
Let's talk about DraftKings real quick if you can. So as things were getting really tight there at the end of the game, Justin Fields has the ball. They're down 1 point. They shouldn't have been, but they were. Mixed extra point. It was an exciting moment. And you right there could have been on DraftKings, putting in a little money on how the game was going to end. And it was you can't actually make every play that exciting with DraftKings. Their sportsbook. They're an official sports betting partner of the NFL. They're unbeatable offers. Right now, new customers can make any $5 NFL bet, get $200 in free bets if your team wins. And in addition to the usual bets, everyone can boost their winnings with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. I did this last night on the Monday Nighter. Had the Commanders covering 11.5.
Nice job.
I had Jalen Hurts with an anytime touchdown in there,
Yep.
which he covered early.
First drive of the game.
And then I had Jalen Hurts under 199 yards, I think it was, passing, which he did because it was like 170.
Perfect.
Bing, bang, boom. 3-legger gives you a little the stepped up same game parlay gives you a boost based on how many legs you have. So if I had done more, the boost would have been even more. But it was nice. To make things even sweeter, you can throw down on those stepped up same game parlays once per game day all season long. So you get it Thursday night, Sunday, Monday. Soon we're gonna have Saturday games. The Bears have a Saturday game
Against the Bills.
on Christmas Eve. Carm's doing the show all by himself that day.
Hey, look, just
Yeah, there's his gift to us.
Yeah.
whatever y'all need.
No, that's not true. We'll all be here on Christmas Eve. Don't worry about it. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code CHGO to get $200 in free bets if your team wins. Just place a $5 bet on any football game only at DraftKings Sportsbook using code CHGO. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. And Nick right now has your pick of the week for DraftKings.
This is easy. You want free money right now on DraftKings.
That's our free money sound.
Love it. Chicago Bears team total touchdowns is set at over 2.5 at -140. Justin Fields has scored for himself the past 2 weeks.
So the Bears just have scored 3 touchdowns against the Falcons.
Fields will do that in a couple of drives. Like that's what Justin Fields does. So
He's going to score 3 touchdowns in a couple of drives.
couple of drives.
That's how good he is, by the way, guys.
He has been paying off. If you've been betting on Fields, you have been
He
winning.
still hits the over. We keep having this conversation.
right.
What do they have to set the over on rushing yards at?
Right.
For you to go under.
I think this week was up to was it 70 or was it 50? I forget whatever it was. Obviously
I
cleared
think
it
it was
by a
initially
mile.
50. Yeah, but
Yeah.
he
Before-
gets you money.
A couple weeks ago it was at 38, and then it was in the 20s.
Oh, yeah.
And it just
Easy money.
he's been paying off. What else, Nick?
Take the over on that. You'll get some free money. But I also got to tell you about Athletic Greens. With 1 scoop of your AG1s, you are absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help start your day off right. This mixture of ingredients helps your immune system, gives you energy, and improves your focus. And that's why I take my Athletic Greens, and you should too. What's awesome about AG1s is that it costs less than a cup of coffee a day. Also, it helps support better sleep quality and recovery, which we all definitely need. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. Just 1 scoop and a cup of water every day. Super simple. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. And to make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/CHGO Bears. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/CHGO Bears to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutrition insurance.
All right, you guys ready for grades?
Yeah, but just everybody needs to just
no, because EJ has responded. You asked him to respond.
Oh, yeah. Okay, what's up, EJ?
He says that you guys aren't as sarcastic on the podcast. Okay.
Pretty sarcastic over here. But
Yeah,
okay.
I agree. And for instance, you could have just said Claypool got 19 snaps, not the extra stuff. It really doesn't bother me. I'm just saying why others feel it's negative.
But that's not the stat.
For instance, you could have just said Claypool got 19 snaps, not the extra stuff. It doesn't really bother me. I'm just saying what others feel it's negative.
I will take full responsibility. People understood the point of the tweet. I was not even criticizing the players. The point of the tweet was you've traded or used 3 draft picks on 3 wide receivers. 2 of them are inactive, and 1 was only on the field for 19 snaps. What is the process? Are they trying to develop these guys or not? That's
Not
either those picks haven't been good or those trades haven't been good, or the process is wrong, or there's a disconnect there that I'm just struggling to understand, and that's all it is. It's just an example of, hey, oh, by the way, there's more to this than just the quarterback.
You pointed out a very obvious point.
I'm shocked. I was honestly shocked when we ended the show and I went back on Twitter and people were so mad about it. I thought I was like, this is something that should be paid attention to. What's going on here?
Well, also, Matt Eberflus met with Luke Getsy. Not a big deal, but he talked to Getsy. It was on in his press conference yesterday about the fact that Claypool only got 19 snaps. There's no way that it makes any logical sense that you just traded for the guy, gave up a second-round pick, and in his second week with the team, he's on the field less percentage-wise and numbers-wise, because the Bears had a lot more offensive plays the week prior too. So, but percentage-wise, he was out there less. That doesn't make any sense.
It was surprising.
Yeah.
And if you're coming back at me and saying, oh, it's going to take time to get the chemistry going, absolutely, totally understand.
Which is why he needs to be out there.
I'm not sitting here saying he should have had 10 catches and 3 touchdowns. I'm just confused he wasn't on the field.
Exactly, yeah.
That's all. I mean, that's literally it's a playing time issue. And it's, as someone else pointed out here in comments, it's simply an issue of you invest, however the investment is. I don't care if it's a 3rd-round pick on Bayless or a 7th-round pick on N'Keal Harry. You're investing in somebody. Don't you want to see what that return of the investment is? And isn't this what this season's all about? If we're going to sit here and say this is all a tank year and a developmental year, well, isn't this the time to see what you have with these players? If they're trying to, if they're trying to win the NFC North right now, I understand why N'Keal Harry's inactive or Velus Jones just isn't ready and he's inactive. If this is all about development, I'll give you another one. Why is the right tackle, who literally was talking about retirement on the day they signed him, whose contract actually incentivizes you not to play him, playing over the 2nd-year right tackle who, I mean, I get wasn't playing perfect, but is still a developmental prospect. That's another example.
Yeah, and Riley Reef, congratulations. That dude's playing well, and he's a great guy. I'm a big fan of Riley Reef, and he's appreciating every moment out there. And
Carm sucking up to another Iowa guy.
Yes,
beat Wisconsin.
He's a good Riley Reef. I enjoy him. But it's a little less black and white with that one in my mind, because if you really feel that Reef is going to give Justin Fields a better chance to develop, then okay, fine. But let's be real here. Riley Reef is not going to be going to the Pro Bowl this year as a right tackle. So and
in fairness, my grades do reflect that Riley Reef has been slightly better than Larry Borum, although neither one of them has actually been playing to the level of a starter.
Well, look, at some point you would think they're going to make, I'm not saying it's a huge pivot, but just a movement to, we are not going to the playoffs this year, which is still possible mathematically. Let's not get it confused. At 3-7, you can still finish 10-7. And head coaches like to win football games. So do the players. The players have been dreaming this up. They're not punting on the season. That's not their mentality. However, at some point, yes, Velus, you need to be playing because you are a 3rd-round draft pick. Larry Borum, you need to be out there too. We need to perhaps run plays for players just to have them touch the football, period, to get them involved, which would fall under the Chase Claypool umbrella, I would think. But you don't see it right now. You see them really just trying to win games.
I don't know when would that happen though, you guys? Because it is Eberflus in charge. That seems like a guy we were talking about it. Like, you need to earn your spot. If Velus is not showing you in practice that he's a better wide receiver than Dante Pettis, Eberflus is not going to put you in the lineup. I wonder if a discussion with Ryan Poles then that would change how you maybe view the roster and who you want to play. But just how we've seen Eberflus, the kind of guy he is, why would he put in guys that are not better than the ones that are currently there?
And just to be clear,
for development.
I get that.
But I get your
point.
point.
I get that, and I agree with it. But then that means that the picks were bad. You know what I mean? Like, and that's all I'm trying to get across is that there is more to this than just the quarter. I'm happy the quarterback looks great. It is by far the most important thing and probably makes this season a victory overall in the grand scheme of things. You don't have to look too far to see other organizations that doesn't guarantee you a Super Bowl in the future. There's going to be other pieces to this. And if you used a second, a third, and a seventh on 3 wide receivers and none of them are seeing the field, and I get Claypool's a little different. He's only been here for a couple weeks. Don't overreact to that part of it. It's just it was at least an interesting nugget, I would think. But people weren't in the bringing back to this the whole thing. People were not in the mood for that. Well, interesting nugget.
I think everybody just wants to celebrate that we've got a quarterback and we haven't had a quarterback and we've got a quarterback. It'll be interesting to see who is playing wide receiver for the Bears on Sunday at Atlanta. I will be interested. So will I think a lot of people.
I think this our guy the Duke just threw a super chat in, and
what up, Duke?
I think this leads into our grades pretty well.
Sure.
He says, I had a dream last night. We should somehow trade for Leo Chenal, get him back together with Sanborn. Chenal, incredible athlete and could be a great will linebacker. Love you guys. Go Badgers/Bears.
Can I just talk about how amazed I am that the Duke is dreaming about Leo Chenal and Jack Sanborn when his head hits the pillow at night? I mean,
I expect nothing less from the Duke. Man's on point.
I mean, I'd be laying there going, is Jimmy Leonard going to be the head coach or not? Why did they lose to Iowa? What is happening here? Why is Graham Mertz not developed in 4 years? You know, my head would be in a lot of other places, but
watch out for those Hawkeyes in the Big Ten West, buddy.
No. I'm not going to watch out.
Nick, come on.
I know, I should.
Who's the favorite right now to actually make the championship game?
It's a shit show.
Yes.
I know it is.
It's,
Is it Iowa? I'm not watching. If Iowa's, I'm
it's
sorry.
I'm not watching either.
I'm sorry. If Iowa's in the Big Ten championship, I'm not watching. It's come on.
No, but there's no one who's going to be in the Big Ten championship that's going to make it interesting. Zero.
Illinois is still at the top at 7-3.
Are they?
Big Ten West.
But they just pooped their pants 2 weeks
no,
in a row.
they're not.
I think
Not
they're
at all.
done.
in the conference, 7-3 overall.
Yeah, but everyone else sucks too.
Iowa
I think
6-4.
Northwestern should get an automatic bye.
Sure.
All right. Anyway, Leo Chenal. They played together at Wisconsin. Obviously, that's where he's going with that. And he's not really seeing the field too much in Kansas City. The Chiefs took him a few years ago, and I'd be lying to you if I've been following every moment of Leo Chenal's career since he went to the Chiefs. So I don't have enough context to be. I'll look into it. I think it's interesting. I do know the trade deadline already happened, so that's an offseason move that would have to happen unless they waive him. I don't think that's where that's happening, but I love the super chat there.
Yeah. Thank you, Duke. I can't help you either out here, Duke, but I'm going to make it a point in my life to get up to speed on Chenal for when he gets here and him and Sanborn become the most dynamic duo in all of the NFL.
But speaking of the jackhammer,
yes.
Hoge's grades. Let's get to them. And we only have one player in the blue chip tier this week.
That's just
which I know people
bullshit.
Are get mad about. So let's just
Fields isn't in there, huh?
Settle down for a second. Let's concentrate on the middle linebacker, please, for 20 seconds. It's a good development, guys. Mm-hmm. The jackhammer, Sanborn. He played really well. What are you going to say? He's got instincts.
I don't know. I saw somebody run. I swear I think I remember somebody running 67 yards to the house that might be worthy of being on this level.
Feeding it.
I feel like I feel like somebody who wears number 1 should be up there with Studborn.
All right, please put up the long-term starters, which is where I'm going to make my point here. Okay, there he is, quarterback Justin Fields. Don't worry, still, like I've been saying, played very, very, very well. Cole Kmet had a great game. Your guy, Armon Watts, in there.
Hey.
I saw
Watts.
I'm surprised he's not that high. I saw him flash once or twice, but I didn't think he'd be that. He'd go long-term starter tier Armon Watts this week, but all right.
I think it's the second time this season that's happened. Well, that's kind of the problem. I mean, I don't think he's going to be
I think
around.
it was early
I don't
on,
think he's going to
too.
be really around here long term because you'd flash a couple weeks. But
Rise and Shine's pissed at you about the field stuff.
yeah,
by
I'm
the
just
way.
going to block out
Right.
this.
Rise and Shine.
Okay.
Changing his name on the show.
I mean, he did throw a pick 6, like, so, you know, you get dinged for that.
That would be
so.
that would be the ding.
All right.
It's
I'm going to give you a
worthy
preview
ding.
because I've already written my good and bad for tomorrow's Bears Things column. All right. People don't want to hear the bad, but the reality is, okay, he played great. He's escaping rushers, finding space within the pocket a couple times. The pass to Dante Pettis while getting hit. He's keeping his eyes downfield when scrambling more. It's better. I think in more so not this week, but in past weeks, he's been speeding up. But this week, slowed down a couple of times. Still didn't get the ball out a couple times fast enough. The fakes weren't necessarily as good. He's still not throwing with enough anticipation, which is not necessarily a revelation or a controversial point at all. Just, guys, don't. He had a high miss to Byron Pringle. You guys remember that? He threw it high.
Right sideline, yeah.
The deep shot to Komet, where we kind of debated whether or not it was underthrown a touch, back shoulder, maybe PI. Dante Pettis is open on an easy 6-7 yard out route to the side he was looking originally, to the trip side, on 3rd and 5. Like, that's a first down. Take what's there. Take your first down, move on to the next play. Okay? Obviously, the pick 6 was just a terrible decision. The second that screen gets sniffed out and you see it, which he correctly did, good for him, you throw that ball into the ground at the defender's feet. 100 times out of 100, that's what you do. And Justin knows that. That's why he was mad about it. And when you hear him say that, I'm never going to do that again, I believe him. I mean, he'll throw a pick 6 again, but on that specific screen situation,
You know what to do.
I'm not sure he'll make that mistake again. It's good learning. That last back shoulder throw to Claypool wasn't great. Claypool also, he didn't really turn around quick enough on it either. And then there was the sack he took on 2nd and 10 on that final drive. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Wide open check down to David Montgomery. So, look, guys, all it is every week this is what I do. I give you the good plays. I mark down the bad plays. It comes out to a total this week. I apologize to all the Justin Fields lovers out there. He's only a long-term starter. Only. What a great place to be in. As this is where you want to be, Bears fans. Don't get mad about this. This is where you want to be, where the so-called not great weeks are still really, really good. That's where the elite quarterbacks of the NFL are. Earlier this year, the bad weeks were legitimately bad. Like, they were bad. They were like, oh, no, he's in the negative bottom tier. What's going on here? Why is this happening? With all the lack of help around him, he is still grading out as a long-term starter. That is a very, very, very good thing. So do not get it twisted. But I'm not going to sit here and ignore the plays he could have played better on, because that's not what they do at House Hall. That's not what Luke Getsy and Andrew Janocko and Matt Eberflus are doing in their quarterback meeting on Monday morning.
He's not perfect quite yet. He's just an ounce away.
That's a good place to be, though. It's a good place to be.
By the way, he slipped in that long-term starter on one freaking play, and I'm like, oh, no. Now I'm gonna have to deal with this on the show when I explain this. But I gotta stick with the numbers, guys.
You follow your formula. I do wonder.
Okay, here we go.
How long does it take you to do your grades? I mean,
Too long. That's why I have no life.
So the cat was mad in the morning.
This is why the cat attacked my head.
Yeah.
I mean, do you sit there and like watch every play that such and such offensive lineman? Do you break him down? Like, I'm gonna watch the entire game on offense again and just watch Riley Reif. Does that ever happen?
No, but you watch every play like multiple times, so you can see, who's doing what on every play that's right or wrong.
How many times on average do you watch each play?
I wouldn't even know. I mean, it's at least a minimum 3 by the time you fast forward, rewind, fast forward, rewind, fast forward, rewind. Yeah.
Does your wife ever come in and watch you do this?
No, she would. She would just rip me to pieces.
I mean, that's good effort.
Yeah,
I don't know what we need to do for you, but I think Luke Stuckmeyer should do something.
When anybody argue,
Get off my lawn.
Would anybody argue, by the way, that the last 4 games, which have all been good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For the record,
minus winning, but sure.
the last 2 were the highest grades I've ever had on Justin Fields. So it's not like I'm sitting here hating on the guy. His best game was against the Cowboys. His second best game was against the Dolphins. They were like 1A, 1B. The Patriots game was number 3 out of those 4 for me. And then this was the 4th. Does that sound about right? Like when you think back to those games? Is anything in there controversial?
Not really, but
No.
I also kind of think to me, they're all kind of just blending together into a dude who's just playing really good football
Really
right
good
is
now.
fair.
Yep.
Which is fair.
Absolutely.
It's hard. By the way, I have not gotten a response on. Do you know who Jack Sanborn is? So this is very
Oh,
disappointing.
so you did actually send that.
Oh, I sent it. Yeah, that's, I just
I think
that's a
Nicole
hard.
probably realized you texted the. By the way, why would you have even gotten that text?
Doesn't make any sense.
Could be a scam situation.
Could be a scam situation.
You might be in
I
trouble.
fell for one earlier in the week. By the way,
What
yeah,
happened?
I got a Bank of America thing. I ended up on the phone with 2 people. And then I realized, okay, I'm being had right now. This is terrible. I have to go now.
We gotta hang up.
How old are you?
Oh, it was.
Who falls for that?
Let me read you this text.
boy, here we go.
Bank of America wouldn't be texting
He
you.
saves the text too. Like I delete those before even opening them.
I can't find it.
Come on, man.
No. This was. I'm not a complete moron. I'm telling you, this was a decent. This was a
They did
good,
some work in there.
good little. However they did it.
The presentation was.
They're not
believable.
texting you.
I get texts from Chase.
Like fraud alert stuff, or
Yeah, I get. I'll get. They'll send
So
a text.
Bank of America isn't even your bank?
No.
First
no.
red flag. Wasn't your bank.
Yeah, no, it was a bad job by me. It was a bad job, but it
You got out of there
It was a
eventually.
bad
You got
job,
out.
but it was creative what they did. I was kind of impressed by the scam. Then another person's calling me and I'm like, why is it saying? What does it say when it's a phone call that you shouldn't be getting? Why does it say scam phone call? This other person that's calling me. Oh, don't worry about that. No, I am gonna worry about that. Hello, how are you? And then I'm like, okay, I gotta
They're like,
go.
we got a live one. He must be
got a live one.
85 years old.
Also,
What do you think their hit rate is on those?
1 out of 100.
Yeah.
You were the one.
Congrats.
I was the one. So hey, listen, I got a lot going on. It was, maybe I'm just looking to talk to somebody. Call this number.
You have our numbers, Mark.
You just needed a conversation with the scammer.
I needed a friend.
That's all right.
Phone a friend.
You could always call me, buddy.
Okay, I appreciate it.
We
Thank
still
you.
need to get to the bottom tier.
Okay.
And I hate to tell you this, there are way more people than we even have room on this screen for. But, yeah, Cairo Santos, no surprise there. With the missed extra point, the kick out of bounds. Kyler Gordon, I knocked him down double for that missed sack in the backfield.
That was bad.
Yeah, I mean, you got to make that play.
Eberflus pointed him out in his opening
I was gonna say
remark
it.
there towards
Yep.
the bottom. It's like things started to get bad, and Kyler not finishing the play on Jared Goff.
No, we were told yesterday that that was all on the refs, and I was a horrible person for bringing up what the head coach then said 20 minutes later in his opening statement.
I was gonna say he said exactly what you said. Basically,
Don't give the refs an excuse to make a ball.
don't put yourself in that position.
Don't do that. And also, but the first thing is just make the damn sack in the backfield.
Jared Goff shouldn't be that difficult to bring down.
He's Jared Goff.
It's Jared Goff. No.
I think the way Flus put it is like you got to know what you're seeing or something of that. He called him out on not.
Good. That one I support.
That
Yeah.
thing.
Good
The
job,
thing is,
Flus.
too, you guys, like in the game plan, they knew they were going to bring the blitz with the secondary. They knew that was going to be a part of it. So Kyler Gordon knew he was going to get that opportunity. Still didn't finish the play. Well, that's can't happen. Can't happen.
Football not easy. Sometimes quarterbacks move in ways you don't think, even if it's Jared Goff, which shouldn't happen. Bad job by Kyler. Okay, and Cairo belongs on there. Who else on that bottom tier? Are we done?
Travis Gibson.
Not good.
Yes.
And then, I got to be, like I said yesterday, I
Jalen belongs on there.
I
from
feel
how he
bad
played.
for putting Jalen on there because he obviously wasn't.
He ain't no
100%.
bottom tier player, but he
But
was. It was rough.
Yes. Yeah. 2 days ago he was.
I don't. Sometimes I will make notes in here like this player was very injured in this game, specifically because you got to have some context. You can't just all put in the numbers, But hey, It's what it is. I do enjoy this thing that's going on in the comments right now that people are accusing me of being Don Bur. Is Don Bur even commenting right now, though? Is he even there?
Yes, he's right
there.
there. He's right there.
Don Bur 2.0.
Of course, that's probably what I would say if I was denying that I am Don Bur.
Don Bur is just one of the great Don Burs out there.
I'm a little depressed
Man's
I didn't
consistent.
see him on Sunday at the tailgate.
Was he there?
No, I don't.
Will was looking
no.
for him.
Oh.
That's why I was annoyed.
You know who else wasn't there? Me.
Bad job by you.
No, but what
wait,
I'm
no.
saying is,
See?
if I am Don Bur, maybe that's why Don Bur wasn't at the tailgate. Because Don Bur was in Denver at a wedding.
Were
Were you at a wedding, Adam?
I was.
You guys have any ad reads to do? Got about 10 minutes left in the show. What's going on?
Yeah, I probably am. I don't know. What are we doing on the show anymore? All right.
Lawrence wants us out of here. There's
We got a backup today. We got
think there's
Cubs.
donuts.
We got Cubs coming up. We got Hawks right after that. White Sox.
Fire already happened. We're busy today. We're busy.
Why don't you start with the Shady Rays commentary there, buddy?
Yep. Gotcha. So everyone knows Shady Rays are premium polarized shades featuring world-class optical clarity, substantial durability, and styles catered to everyone and every lifestyle. The best part about Shady Rays, they have the most insane protection program in all of eyewear. If you lose or break your shades on day one, they told us that they'll send you a brand new pair, no questions asked. They'll just replace them. Even with that strong of a protection program, they still manage to make quality that I can tell you wearing and, having a pair of my own seems like any of the expensive pairs I've had in the past. And Shady Rays customers seem to agree with that with over 200,000 5-star reviews. Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is running their deepest deal of the season. Use code CHGO for 50% off 2 or more pairs at shadyrays.com. Buy one, get one free. You can get 2 pairs for as low as $54. Redeem only at shadyrays.com, where you can find all their newest and best shades.
Let's go to our friends at FOCO. You do have the best coverage. Thank you for checking out CHGO. You need to get yourself the best gear. FOCO will do that for you wherever you want to be in the city, whoever you want to be representing. Hoodies, slippers, signs, bobbleheads. They've got it all. Merch, collectibles, FOCO, F-O-C-R. Perfect gift, holiday season. I wonder what they're doing on Black Friday coming up. It's all right here for you. FOCO's got you covered. And the way to do it is check out FOCO.com, F-O-C-O.com, or you can click the link in the description below. For all non-presale items, use that promo code CHGO. You get yourself 10% off FOCO.
Also got to tell you about ComEd's energy efficiency program, which is committed to helping families and businesses in the communities we serve save money and energy. ComEd offers free facility assessments that can help find energy-saving opportunities, whether that's lighting, HVAC systems, commercial kitchen equipment, or industrial processes. An authorized engineer will work with you to develop a detailed assessment plan specific to your goals and needs. These can be done in person or virtually and last approximately 2 hours. Don't wait. Get started saving money and energy today. For energy-saving tips and to schedule your free facility assessment, go to comed.com/poweringbiz, B-I-Z. Ready to sign up for a facility assessment? Call ComEd at 1-855-433-2700 during normal business hours to speak with a ComEd Energy Efficiency Program representative. Email businessee@comed.com or request an assessment online on ComEd's website at comed.com/facility assessment.
Shout out to ComEd because I just moved and I wanted to call. I went to call, but on the weekends they're not available. So I went online. I said, stop this service over here. Start this service over there. ComEd got that done. ComEd. You're the man, ComEd. That's some good organization.
ComEd, he is the man. Is one person.
Yeah, Ed. It's Ed.
It's Ed. Ed. Yeah, that's awesome. Ed. That was a good one. All right, let's fire through a couple things here before we get out of here. $1 super chat.
Yeah, the Muffin Man, no question. Just sweet little avatar there, and thank you for the dollar.
Appreciate you,
and
Muffin Man.
Nicholas, $1.99.
You know the Muffin Man.
Is it possible to trade for Ayuk this offseason?
This offseason?
I mean, I guess
Anything's
so.
possible.
It's not
Can they
possible
trade for
because
somebody who's like really good? How about
That
that?
would help. Yeah.
How about DeAndre Hopkins?
that'd be
I'm just throwing random names. I don't want to trade draft capital, really. How about you just go draft a really good wide receiver?
that'd be an interesting poll. Hey, right now, Bears fans, you cannot do the Chase Claypool trade. Are we already punting on it 2 weeks in? Give us back that second round pick.
I think we need to just pump the brakes
Okay,
a little
see,
bit.
now
10
that's
days.
a ridiculous statement.
Yeah.
What I said yesterday questioning why you play 19 snaps is different.
I'm not making a statement. I'm asking a question.
That
I want to know if you polled Bears fans right now, 2 weeks into Chase Claypool's existence in Chicago. Hey, would you rather have the second round pick back, or would you rather like to see more from Claypool? Which check the box?
they would call you lots of names. They would tell you you're terrible at your job. You should never be doing this ever again, and that would be how that would go down.
It's a fair take. I mean, it's kind of like, would I have drafted? Never mind.
All right, a couple other things. Dan Levy, our guy.
Dan Levy.
was in the
Wait, hold
comments.
on.
He was at.
Wait, Braggs is his burner account, Marky Mark R. $1.99. The Bears will turn this around brick by brick.
Love it.
There we go.
Okay, Dan Levy.
By
Where,
brick. All right.
Rise and shine.
What did Brax call the
dead ass nuts?
no yeah
Dead nuts.
Dead nuts was the throw. There were no dead nuts last week. Well, no, when he was showing in the video how the joint.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
What was that called? The joint.
It was
Come
the
on,
slot
Greg.
of the brick of the flag.
Because what I was gonna say is that's Justin Fields. Braggs, tell us what the joint is, please. You know what I'm talking about, where the two come together at the corner.
it's the
That's Justin Fields holding the whole thing together.
It's the-
and then we gotta add the bricks around.
right. It's the slab. It's the junction. It's the dynamic disposition. That's what that is.
Head
right.
joint.
I feel like we lost Carm
joint.
20 minutes.
Head joint.
Head joint. He's the head joint, and he's dead nuts. All right, Dan Levy wants to know which wedding had the better food, the one in Denver or Mark Carman's wedding.
We know that the answer is right damn here. No?
Okay, here's.
I came
Oh, boy.
correct.
Well, you're putting me in a very tough spot here. Okay, first of all, I'm just gonna be honest. I do not remember what we ate at your wedding.
Okay. I mean, it was 5 years ago. 3 years
That-
ago.
what I do remember is I think those food got served at 10:30 at night.
It was late. Late food.
And I remember OB being like, "Where's the food?"
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry, Ed O'Bradovich. You don't deserve that.
It wasn't that.
I had a great conversation with Obi that night.
I do know the food was eaten and OB was out of there.
Oh, well, as he should have been.
Yeah.
But Obi, by the way,
Carman had a full steak. Lobster rolls for apps. Wow, Dan has not forgotten this at all. Okay, then I'm going full Carm on the answer to this question.
the bigger thing is that the whole wedding party was waiting to walk in, and everybody was at the wedding, and Levy comes walking in his fish tie and is like, "What's up, dude?" I'm like, "We're about to walk into my wedding. Can you sit down in your seat and not talk to the bride who's about to? What's up, man? What's
going on?
What's up? You're 2 hours late. That's what's up." Of course, I did not show up at Dan's wedding on time either because I had a tennis match. But I said in advance that hey, playing this tennis match, I'll be there for the cake. And they didn't like me, but they still let me come. It was a big match.
Yeah.
What's up, dude?
All right.
Is that over?
By the way, the troll that's always in the comments who said I was saying I was a nerd growing up, that is the only accurate comment you've had this entire show. So congrats on that. Absolutely.
Been seeing him too.
Yeah. Yeah. good-
Chirac Slick Train, is that the guy?
I don't know.
Okay.
Eric's like talking.
Put a photo on it and I'll take it more seriously. Thank you. All right. We're out of here. Follow us on Twitter at CHGO_Bears. A lot of good content up there, actually. Some videos to check out. Nick's got some great stuff on allchgo.com. Go read that. My Bears Things newsletter out in the morning.
I know.
Any response from Nicole before we get out of here?
No, and I'm tempted to call now.
Oh boy.
My God.
But I won't.
Again, no, just ignore.
See,
People that you actually know don't want to hear from you on the phone. I don't know why you're like calling random people.
Bank of America wants to hear
but
from him.
I'm looking out for Nicole and letting her know that if she wants this house, this is the wrong place to come, and I'm being a good citizen.
And Jack Sanborn is the future.
And I also I'm also alerting her to the best young linebacker in the NFL that plays for the Bears.
I think she'll figure that out. Yeah, she doesn't need a phone call from you. I don't think she's answering.
Okay. I had fun today.
I did
Fun.
too.
It was a fun
Good
show. I laughed.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, we're out of here. See you later.
Adios.